Have you ever thought about how you know the Bible is true? How do you know the scriptures are true? Do you know it because that's what everybody says? Because there's just as many people out there who probably says they're just wise words. But how do you know that the scriptures are the Word of God? The answer I found, or the best answer that's come to me, is you can find in 1 Corinthians. And that's in chapter, I think it's 2. In chapter 2, where they're talking about that the Spirit teaches things of God. I remember when I was teaching, I believe it was a New Testament class to adults. And I knew the Bible was true because the Spirit had told me. Like, I knew that in my heart. I had prayed about it. I knew it. I knew it in such a way that it doesn't matter. I can't explain it. I can't give it to somebody else. But my spirit knew. It knows. It knows it's the Word of God. And so I always look at the Bible that if this is the Word of God, they aren't just stories, but they're stories to help us, that He's saved for us, over thousands of years, that He has saved to help us to return to Him. And so when I study the scriptures, I read them and how will this help me right now? What am I reading? Why was this saved? And so obviously it changes all the time because I'm always in different aspects of my life or different times in my life. So I was teaching this class, and the point that I made is that I'm not a huge scriptorian. Like, I love the scriptures so much, but I don't have the stories per se memorized, or I can't tell you dates and facts and locations and, who is who. And as a matter of fact, sometimes I get those messed up in my mind. And there was this guy in the class that anytime I messed up a fact, he was quick to call me out on it. Just very quick. I mean, I remember where he would sit, and he drove me insane. Because I wanted to be like, do you think when you die, there's going to be a test on the who's who of the Bible? There's going to be a test, a history test on the Bible? Or is it what you took from it and how it made you a better person? Or made you more Christ-like? Or made you love your neighbor more? Or made you want to help others more? But just knowing facts, I don't know what good that does unless you have sincerely asked and it has changed your heart. That these aren't just Pinterest boards, that these aren't just beautiful sayings, that they literally are the words that can help you. Yesterday, I was talking to someone, and they learned that they know me and my family now, but they hadn't realized that I was a widow. And she just, how did you get through that? And honestly, I mean, obviously the help of many, many people, but personally in my heart, it was the scriptures and reading them. And having faith that everything would be fine as I looked to Christ. And I would receive peace. Again, people get peace confused with happiness. I mean, not happiness, but easiness of the way or everything going right. But during that time, the scriptures brought me so much joy and so much comfort, and they still do. Honestly, if I don't start my day with reading them, it just goes a little bit not as smooth. It's because they give me a bigger picture. They help me think of others and not just think of myself. And so no matter what comes out or what is said about anything pertaining to the scriptures, I know they are the Word of God. That I cannot know that physically, but I know it in my spirit and in my heart. And so that's something I challenge you, if you haven't done that, or to just remember the time you did. And remember how God is there for you always. That sometimes He answers our prayers through other people, them helping us, and sometimes He answers them in the words of His scriptures. So, again, it's something that you can only learn through the Spirit, that I wish my kids, I can teach them all the facts I want, and I can tell them how to learn themselves through the Spirit, but it's something you have to do on your own. So that's my challenge for you this week, is to either find out, pray about it, ask God, or just remember how great the words are to you and how much they mean to you, and maybe share it with your family. But I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous week. Thanks. Thank you so much for watching or listening to my podcast. You can find more podcast or videos at perfectlypattytalks.com, or you can search me up on Facebook or Instagram at Perfectly Patty. Thanks again.